I think steroids are as American as apple pie.
Bang it! You're watching Muscle Sport Magazine.
Okay, fuckos, it's me. Alright, listen, everybody is talking about the new Men's Classic, whatever the fuck, Classic Physique, Classic Bodybuilding, Classic whatever, but let me tell you something, okay? The Men's Classic Physique class. Alright, this is how my take on all of that. I say it's about fucking time they did this, because, come on, the bodies are fucking ugly today with the fucking big guts and 300 pounds. I mean, you got guys, I'm 5'6", but you got guys at like 5'2", 5'3", that can't even make the 212 class. Arnold Schwarzenegger at 6'2", weighed about 220, 224, 225, the most. Alright, they exaggerate weights. He was like 220. He was like 8 to 10 pounds off of being a fucking 212 competitor. At 6'2". Okay? Come on, bro. This is out of control. Has the human being evolved since like the 1970s when Schwarzenegger was... No. Alright? It's just the drug use is so massive. Now, don't get me wrong. I love drugs. I love steroids. I'm not going to... Hey, I love them. But let's put things in perspective. First of all, this is the beginning of the end for the bodybuilding as we know it today. Think about it, okay? Once you start getting those classic physiques coming in there, classic bodybuilding, tiny waists, that big nice V-taper, the beautiful posing, okay? Almost like a jacked version of Frank Zane. Bring back in like the Bob Paris type bodies and those kind of bodies that everybody liked, okay? Forget it. It's going to take over bodybuilding. You're not going to want to see the short, squatty, you know what I mean? And the freaks. The freaks will always have somewhat of a niche, just like women bodybuilding will always have somewhat of a niche. But you're never, this class, the classic bodybuilding is going to take over. It's going to fucking annihilate regular body. You know that, right? I mean, come on. I mean, personally, I think they should get rid of physique. I mean, you should just have, do you really need physique and then, the classic physique? I mean, do you really need both? I mean, years ago, they used to call that, everybody thinks this physique shit's new. It's not. It used to be called beach body. Beach body Momo. You know what I mean? But, alright, no, enough joking around. But the bottom line of what I'm trying to tell you guys is this, okay? This, in my opinion, this is the beginning of the end, because when and don't make, they're making a big, spiel about stuff. Or Sandy Rinaldi, the girl that's the, whatever her name is, that is the head of the judging panel, when she's sitting there with Jim Mannion, she's sitting there, and they're blaming the judging. We don't understand the judging criteria. Well, you're the fucking head judge. You run all the judges. That's like fucking Joe Girardi of the New York Yankees saying like, fucking Yankees, man, we're making some dumb decisions. I don't know why we stuck that pitcher in the 8th inning when we should have brought in fucking Dylan Betances. It's like, well, dude, you're the manager. You run that team. You're the one who ran him out there. You control all that shit. So, I think this is all because Arnold came out and blasted them and was like, yo, dude, come on, what are you doing? Cedric McMillan should have won that show. These guys with the guts, it doesn't look good. What happened to bodybuilding? He basically outed them. Okay? And he's the only one that has the power to fucking shake up the fucking rafters. And I think that's what happened. I think you could thank Arnold for this. All right? So, basically, they realize, first of all, it's the twofold thing. They're going to bring in more money. All right? More classes, more divisions, and, and it means more money. That's really what it boils down to. It's a money grab, too. But at the same time, there's dignity. You know what I mean? Bodybuilding's going to get its dignity back. The general public may actually like bodybuilding, and you actually may see it on ESPN if you can clean up the drug stuff a little bit more. Okay? But this is actually a big thing. This is a big thing for both. I like it, but I'm telling you, it's going to affect bodybuilding as you know it. Because there are a lot of bodybuilders who just don't have the mass to go up against these guys today. But their physiques are better, and that's where this is going to go. This is going to explode. I'm telling you right now. You will find certain bodybuilders that can diet down and actually maybe lose a little bit of that mass, but, their lines are a lot better. I mean, think about it. Lila Brada. A guy with a body like that, how good Lila Brada used to look in those poses. Francis Benfato. You know what I mean? Bob Paris. Those kind of physiques will rule. They will get a lot more attention, okay, than the male bodybuilders will. I'm just telling you that. So the way I look at it, this could possibly be the end of the freak show that we know as bodybuilding today. Because it really is out of control. I mean, it used to be a 202 class. They actually had to raise the bar and make it 212 because guys were just too fucking big. Nobody's 202 today. When Schwarzenegger competed, they used to have an under 200 class and an over 200 class. And in the over 200 class, you got 3 or 4 guys. In the under 200 class, you had everybody. That wouldn't even happen today. They can't even find guys having trouble making it 212. You're talking about little guys, short guys like myself. 5, 6 and under. Okay? Meanwhile, like I just said before, Schwarzenegger himself would have been only like 8 to 10 pounds off of the 212 class at 6'2". Alright. Alright, so there you go. That's my take on things. I mean, I think it's great. I just see it as obviously it's a bigger money grab, it's a nice, juicier payday, you know what I mean? For the fucking, for the bodybuilding, it's but it's also, it's great for the sport. It's probably the end of bodybuilding as we know it. I'm telling you, those physiques will astound you. They will take over. And eventually you're going to see guys shooting for that, not shooting for the bodybuilding. Because listen, realistically, in the 80s, in the 70s, you never heard of guys dying. Today, these guys are fucking dropping like flies, a lot of these bodybuilders, because of the massive drug use. And if you look at how women bodybuilding, which was once great, is now gotten out of control, and then they let it get like that. So now, we got to now they made new things, and, I love and I'm not talking from a horny point of view because it's not my thing sexually, you know what I mean? I'm not like fucking, I don't have a woman bodybuilding fetish. But I love women bodybuilders. I love them more than anything. More than any of the girls. You know why? Because they train hard and they take that shit serious. They take that shit serious. They're all my sisters in iron. But the powers that be, you let the fucking sport get out of control. You let it get out of control. And now look what's happened. Women's bodybuilding is nowhere. They've killed it. They've destroyed it. And it's unfair. It's fucking unfair what they've done. Okay? If they would have kept women's bodybuilding and kept men's bodybuilding the way it used to be, you wouldn't need this physique class. But then again, it's more money for them. They're classic classes. It's more money for them. So it is, But the bottom line is, if you would have kept women's bodybuilding where it is, look at today. Corey Everson, go look at pictures of her, who was Miss Olympia, was, almost like the fucking Arnold of female bodybuilding, you know what I mean? Her, Rachel McClish, all the old school girls, so my girl, Gladys Portuguese, well, go look what they look like. They were not even, they were like figure girls, today, you know what I mean? But that's women's bodybuilding. Tanya Knight, look at her, she's gorgeous, I knew her, but they would be considered like figure girls, or whatever you call physique girls, whatever they're fucking called, okay? The bottom line is that you let shit get out of control, and that's what happened. And I think it's the same thing that happened in women's bodybuilding. I think eventually it's going to happen in men's bodybuilding. Because I think everybody's outraged with the giant guts and the ridiculous mass that you see. It doesn't even look good. They look like ripped blobs up there. I've been behind a famous Mr. Olympia who won it multiple times. And I'm standing there behind him. We're at dinner to get his fucking ass was this big. You know what I mean? He had a fucking ripped 40-inch waist. It's not good, man. This doesn't look good, bro. Doesn't look good. Okay? I'm just telling you. Back in 1987, Lee Haney was at my house. All right? Where I live. You know, we was eating dinner. He was at my house for 3 days. And I'm going to tell you something. His ass was this big. He was like 270. His ass was tiny. He had like a fucking 32-inch waist at 270. 30-inch waist was fucking crazy. You know, he was tiny to the waist. This is the off season. All right? You know, and I told him, dude, you fucking little ass. And he goes to me, stop looking at my ass. You know what I mean? And we, you know, joking around. But the bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that we go somewhere along the line, we lost it. It's gotten out of control. So this may be a good thing. Anyway, yeah, my 2 cents. I just think it's the beginning and the end of freaks, and it's going to be great for the sport because I think the physiques are going to get a lot nicer. All right? Bottom line. That's it. So, this is Gregg Valentino telling you, stop fucking around. Don't be a fucking Momo. I love you guys. Alright? I love you. Even you fucking haters. Still hit me with that fucking Synthol shit. Jesus Christ. Almost 16 years later, you don't leave that shit alone. Holy fuck. Keep calling me a liar. Fuck you. Listen, I'm gonna hook on another video onto this that I made last week on September 10th. Okay? It's a thank you to one of Generation Iron's producers. So, but you should watch it. You should watch the whole thing. It's really important. Gregg Valentino, MuscleSportMag.com. Go there, stop fucking around. Watch the next video. Watch the whole thing. Watch to the end, because I get a little funky. Alright, some of you know my story, and some of you don't know my story, okay? I just want to tell you, you know, I lived a really crazy life. I wrote a book called Death, Drugs, and Muscle, which is probably going to be a movie. There is a screenplay already on it. I don't give a fuck if you buy it or not. You know, basically, it's a published book, so you know what? I get shit, so it doesn't matter, alright? So, I'm not here trying to sell a book. I'm not trying to sell anything. When I come to you guys in these videos, I don't have no supplement. I don't work for no supplement company. I'm not selling you a t-shirt. I'm not selling shit. You know what I mean? So, I wish I did have something to sell, but I don't. James Hergott is one of the producers from Generation Iron. And the guy is incredible. And every year James Hergott sends me a message. Because he read my book and he remembers my Jalissa, who I guess maybe, you know, my story is very torrid, so I guess it left a lasting memory on him. And I have my own friends who don't even remember that, and I want to thank James, you know, personally, because what he has done for me, you know, is incredible. And he did an YouTube video, and I want all you guys, if you want to really know a little bit about me, or just know, please, go to his YouTube video. Alright, I'm going to put the link below. Click on his YouTube video. I don't want to put it on here. I don't want to cut any of it up and put it here for you to see. I'd rather him get to click and you guys see it. Because it's important to know that, you know, he's not going to tell you my story, but he's going to tell you about me. See, a lot of people think I'm just some guy. Hey, I'm not here to say that book. I don't have the book. I don't even have one copy left. Alright? It's not me. It's a published book. That means the publisher's going to make the money, not me. Well, I don't give a fuck if you buy it or not. But the point I'm trying to make, it's my story. And the fact that James remembers my girlfriend every year on the anniversary of her death, which is today, boggles my mind. I can't tell you how much it means to me. James, if you're watching this, I love you, man. I met you one time, we've talked and everything like that, but I gotta tell you something. You're an amazing man, and it just, there's no words. I don't know what to say. I'm literally speechless. Guys, you know, a lot of people think I'm just some fucking Momo that you guys all saw that exploding arm stuff and all that. But I'm so much more than that, guys. There's so much more to me. And if you know my story, if any of you have read my book or know my real story, you will know I was once a natural bodybuilder. I was once undefeated. I was a really good bodybuilder. I owned 3 gyms in my lifetime. I used to promote shows for the NPC, so I got very involved with all the bodybuilders, the pro bodybuilders. I knew a lot of pro bodybuilders before there were anybody. You know what I mean? And then my one gym went down, and I got deeply involved in the steroid underground in New York City, where I was one of the biggest players there was. When I was taken down, I was taken down. I wasn't arrested by the feds. I was arrested by Janine Pirro and her task force. Okay? This is a long time ago. It's right after my girlfriend Julissa died. Okay? You're talking 15 years ago. But I gotta tell you, my girlfriend, she was a little bit of a gangster. Alright? She was in and out of jail for drugs. It's a long, deep story. And I met her because she had just gotten out of jail. She was homeless. And she actually turned a trick. And I saw the trick beating her up. So I beat the shit out of him. And we met. It's a long story. You can read my book. Alright? And I was involved with some very bad people. Talking about very bad people. And I almost got killed I don't know how many times. And my Julissa saved my life. Okay? She saved my life more than you know, more than one time. I have a deep, deep story, bro. I mean, from going to jail, being locked up, you know what I mean, and everything, and changing my life. Getting locked up changed my life. I never went back to that. Bottom line is, I lived a crazy life, and James Hergott has touched my life in a way I can't tell you, with this. It boggles my mind that in this industry where people don't give 2 shits, it's a selfish fucking industry. Think about it. We're all bodybuilders. We get in the gym. We eat when we want to eat. We live our own lifestyle and stuff, And anybody we date or marry or anybody, they got to understand our bullshit. And if you don't believe me, bring your girlfriend or your wife to sit here and watch this, and she'll be like, he's right. You know what I mean? Because to deal with a bodybuilder as your mate, you gotta put up with a lot of shit. When it comes to eating and living a life. I gotta make sure he trains. You can be on vacation. I gotta train, so my girl's gotta understand that. We gotta eat good. I can't eat pizza today. I don't want to go to pizza parlor. She's not on a fucking diet. She eats whatever she wants. You know what I mean? But, sometimes my lifestyle, what I chose, affects her. Well, let me just tell you something. So we're selfish fucks. A bodybuilder's got to be a selfish fuck. That's part of the sport. We're vain, taking fucking pictures. Everybody, these guys today, everybody's taking selfies. I don't take selfies of me because look what the fuck I look like, okay? I'm old enough now. But whatever. But the bottom line is, I lived a fucked up life. My girlfriend was a gangster, and we did a lot of crazy things together, and she saved my life. So this video is not going to give you any kind of information. It's more of a thank you to James Hergott, and it's a remembrance to my girl who saved my life. Alright? Because I was a fuck up. I almost died many a times. But because of her, I'm here to give you these videos. I'm not trying to say nothing. And, anyway. Now, this video I want to keep like this. I just want to be a little serious. I just want you to know, if you got a girl, show her attention. Give her the love she needs. Because you never know. You never know when the last time you two are going to see each other, talk to each other. Okay? You never know. Alright? And your life would be totally different on how you go. Again, you're a selfish cocksucker for your bodybuilder. We're all selfish cocksuckers. Alright? Going to the gym, spending time away. Oh, no, I got to go to the gym today. You got a wife and kids. They're sitting at home. They got to go do something while you're working out at the gym. It's a selfish fucking thing. You know what I mean? So show her that you love her. Appreciate her. Do the right thing by your girl. You never know when the last time you're ever going to hear her talk to you or you're going to talk to her. I've been there. I held my girlfriend's dead body. I had to ID her body when they found her dead. Okay? I hope that never happens to any of you. I hope none of you people go through what I went through. Look for the link in James's thing. Give him a click. Give him a good comment, okay? He's a fucking good guy. He's a good guy. In this industry, full of selfish cocksuckers, everybody worried about who looks better than who's more built, who's fake, who's fucking on synthol, who's fucking shooting steroids, who's natural. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what anybody else does? But this guy, James, our guy, he went out of his way. He went out of his way to show me, who he never met until recently. We just met. We did meet at the last Arnold Classic. We did meet. But he's been emailing me for years, every year on the anniversary of my girlfriend's death. It's a guy who took it upon himself to show me a random act of kindness, and he never forgets. Help me honor James and thank him for me, please. If you want to know my story, you'll find out shit you won't fucking believe. Okay? You won't believe me. This is Gregg Valentino saying, thanks for being here. I appreciate every one of you guys. Share the video. Let everybody know about this, okay? I love all you guys. Even if some of you are fucking momos, I still love you. And I appreciate, you coming here and supporting me. Because I'm just a fucking momo myself. Alright? I don't deserve half the good shit that's happened to me. And even my girlfriend today. I talk shit about her. But she's fucking phenomenal. And Jalissa is my guide now in my life. Rest in peace.